Thank you, Chad. Thank you, everybody. Tarek and Christina, Property Brothers, Flip or Flop, Boston Rehab, Fixer Upper. These are all TV stars and shows that are going to tell you how to easily, quickly, and foolproof way to make thousands and thousands of dollars rehabbing homes and flipping houses. The truth is you can't invest in real estate and expect it to be a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes a lot of hard work and involves some serious financial risk. Today I'm going to give you my professional opinion on what you need to do and understand in order to succeed with real estate flipping. I often get calls from people who are looking to invest in real estate. Our conversation starts with one question: why do you want to invest in real estate? I'll follow that up with questions about their goals, both long and short term. We also need to know if they have the ability and desire to work with their hands, get their hands dirty, if they have their financing in place, what kind of time they have to dedicate to flipping houses, and do they understand that this is a business? Flipping houses should not be a hobby. Hobbies are what you do when you are not being paid. After we've had this initial conversation, I believe they're serious about buying real estate. I'll start getting into the nitty-gritty of owning and purchasing it by showing them a possible flip house. My goal at this point is to scare them enough to choose. If they choose to move forward, they'll do it with their eyes wide open and a belief that they'll soon understand the processes needed with which to buy a house. Today I'm going to tell you about the process I feel you need to follow every time you want to look at a house. The first step is finding a property. This is the time to engage a realtor who understands your market, knows about rehabbing, and is willing to show you a lot of homes. Let's say you find a house you want to flip. It has a list price of $250,000. Looks like a good deal, right? Looks can be very deceiving. Flipping houses is all about numbers, the ones with the dollar signs in front of them. Step 2 is to determine what the ARV, or after repaired value, is. This is where having the right real estate agent can be so important. They should be able to give you comparables, comps as the industry calls them, and histories of similar properties in the area that have been sold. A good agent will be able to help you understand and make adjustments for differences of the comps versus your property. In our example, we're going to use an ARV of $300,000. Now that you've found a property and you know what it's going to sell for, when you're finished, it's time to make a list what you have to rehab on that property in order to realize the ARV. Does the house need kitchen, bath, flooring, trim, windows, roofing, siding, paint, electrical, lights, plumbing, septic, well, landscaping, or something else? Once you have determined what the house is going to need, you have to put a price on that work, and that could be anywhere from $300,000 to $100,000 or more, depending on the amount of work you need, the size of the house, and the quality level that you want in that house. For this example, we're going to have $35,000 in repair costs, and we put in $3,500 for that sudden expense that you don't know. 10% is what we always use. Just so you know, we're still not ready to buy. There is more we need to know. We've determined the ARV and the rehab costs. Now you have to figure out how much the financing costs are going to amount to over the whole time you've owned the property. Most people don't have enough cash to be able to pay for a house and the rehab costs altogether. Unfortunately, banks will rarely lend money on short-term projects like this, and that is where hard money lenders come in. Hard money lenders lend money strictly based on the ARV and the repair costs without looking at your credit. So there is money available. They tend to lend for short periods of time, usually no more than 1 year. fairly high interest rates, 12, 15%, 3 points up front. So if you're borrowing $200,000 at 12% per year, that amount is $2,000 per month that you're going to be carrying. If you have the house for 6 months and pay 3 points, your total finance costs are going to be $18,000. So we have our house, know our ARV, financing money is determined. Are we ready yet? Nope. We still have to take into account our carrying and closing costs, which could include attorney, taxes, electric, heat, title, inspection, realtor fees, and more. These costs can easily amount to 3 to 5% of the value of the home, plus realtor fees. So a $300,000 house may have $9,000 in closing costs plus $18,000 in realtor fees, now adding another $27,000 to the cost of our example house. Now we're ready to buy. We have our house, we have our financing money, all associated costs, right. Wrong. Still one more piece to this puzzle. The final piece to the puzzle is the most important one. It's profit. How much money do you want to make? So in this case, let's say we're going to add in $40,000 in profit, and we deduct that along with all those other costs from our ARV, and we decide how much we can offer on the property. In this case, we can offer $187,500 for this property. Doesn't look like such a good deal. As I said at the beginning, this is a lot of hard work and involves serious financial risk that can be minimized only if you do your homework ahead of time. So if you're ready to build on a long-term business that will provide for you and your family in the future, and I haven't scared you out of it yet, then it's time to begin the conversation. Thank you.